The purpose of this demonstration is to discuss briefly some of the design considerations that went into the development of the Bullberry Insight application. What you see here is not Insight. This is Insight's ancestor, R3 Dispatch. Both applications serve as mapping utilities for emergency dispatchers. They can help you determine where a call is coming from, find the closest first responders, and route them to the caller. As you can imagine, the users of these applications are often under considerable stress, so we wanted to reduce the potential for frustration that might result when somebody has to split their attention between the application and a caller. You can see that R3 Dispatch has a lot going on visually. There's an array of tool buttons at the top and several workspaces for performing different activities all around the edges of the map. There are flyouts, there are extensions to the tool buttons. One of the problems with a design like this for this type of application is that even though you have a lot of utilities at your immediate disposal, you do have to do a lot of mental context switching. Your eye ends up darting around, looking for the specific tool or information that you want, or trying to relate that information to what's going on the map. And if your attention isn't focused, it's easy to look right at the thing you want and sort of not see it, or you might not quickly recall exactly how to use it. Plus, each time a feature is added to the layout to extend the application, it diminishes the real estate for the single most important feature, which is the map itself. This is Bullberry Insight. As you can see, we've maximized the amount of space provided to the map. All of the same tools that you saw in R3 Dispatch are still here, but they are contained within an intuitive menu system that is mapped to the dispatcher's workflow. We've also automated a lot of the processes for handling a call to reduce the number of clicks required to dispatch a responder, and we've taken greater advantage of the map technology to display information in such a way that the eye doesn't have to move back and forth to let the user view related information like the location of a caller and the caller's details. Now we'll simulate an incoming call to demonstrate a simple workflow. When a call comes in, the map zooms to the caller's location automatically, and there are, of course, many permutations of this, and we try to keep each one as simple as possible. The caller's information is displayed right beside the location, and those tools that pertain to working with a single call are right there with that information. Indeed, all the dispatcher needs to do in this simple case is to determine the nature of the emergency and click on the appropriate responder to get routing and dispatch information, which can then be sent directly to the responder. We sometimes get questions about the efficiency of the menu system versus the approach where all of the tools are visible at once. We did a lot of analysis to suggest that at any one moment, a dispatcher is only engaged in a single task. So presenting an interface focused on a single task reduces confusion and saves time. The menu tree also works out well for newer users of the application, and folks who have been at it for a while have the option of using hotkeys. So in this case, we can path through the menu system to get to this specific task, or if we're familiar with the hotkeys and know what we want to do, we can bypass the intermediate steps just by hitting the F5 key. Of course, there is a lot more to Insight than that, but we hope that this brief demonstration illustrates some of the design directives that we believe have improved the efficiency and overall experience for users.